Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Tanya Sidegigcrafts. Guys, I'm so glad you're here today. Thank you for joining me. Welcome and welcome back. So glad you're here. I am going to be putting together this little dude. Now, you may not have remember when I made this cover. Remember when I made that? I said, hey, what should I do with it? Well, I know what I'm gonna do with it. I got a bunch of pages together, guys. I have got 4 signatures here. Count them. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we are putting them in this book today. I am going to be putting these signatures together. And it's all coffee dyed paper and vintage papers. All mixed up. I didn't put any scrapbook paper in here. I didn't add really any color in here. I really love how it turned out. I will show you in just a bit, but it's all going to be neutrals. I'm super happy with that. Is that going to hold it in place? I don't know. We're going to make it as easy as we can so it goes quickly, right? We're going to do a 3 hole pamphlet stitch on these, and it doesn't matter if they match because we're going to be covering up that binding anyway. So, did I get the needles out? Did I already do that? I did that. Hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you're having some time to craft and spend on yourself or for yourself. I find crafting to be very important in my daily routine. Even when days like yesterday, I wasn't up to it. So I apologize for that, you guys. I've been pretty good about posting every day. I really like to post every day. If you're new here, I do try. But sometimes life gets in the way and other things become a priority. And that was one of those days yesterday. I had a little mental health break. Needed it. Had some things going on the last few days and I just needed that break. So I know you guys understand. We've all been there. So feeling better today. Went to work this morning and had a great day. Had to go take one of the frogs, believe it or not. I had to take the frog to the vet today. He had a little issue with his eye. So he's going to be actually visiting my home for a few days, maybe for a couple weeks. He's got to take medication for the next couple weeks, every 8 to 12 hours. And then for his eye, a little antibiotic, and then a painkiller every 24 to 72 hours. And I can't be there all the time to give it to him. And it's super important that we do. And, you know, sometimes, as much as you want to rely on your team and they mean well and everything, sometimes you just don't want to leave certain tasks to other people that don't understand the importance or get distracted by other things. And I'm sure that they'll be glad that they're not having to do it because it's not going to be an easy task. I got to make sure he eats and everything because he's not eating right now, which is well, I'm kind of having to help him eat, not force feed him, but help him eat because he can't see because he's got this thing going on with his eye. The doctor thinks it's got scratched or some kind of trauma happened to it, poor little dude. And it's just swollen and there's fluid inside and he thinks it got scratched somehow. So, which is unfortunate. A customer actually brought it back to us like that. They had it for a couple weeks and then brought it back that way and said, yeah, he's not eating. We don't know what's up here. Yeah, sucks. But it happens and we're going to take care of him. Hopefully he'll be okay. So that's my day. And it was snake feeding day, so I got to feed all the snakes today. Play with some of them. Some of them don't like to play. Some of them just want to be left alone. They're like, feed me. and put me back. I don't want you to like me. I don't want you to hold me. I don't want your attention. Just put me back. So I do. So it was a fun day. Very busy. Very busy day. If you're new here, I work at a pet store. Closest I'll ever come to being that, you know, working at the zoo like I wanted to when I was a kid. I love me some animals. So you'll see lots of animals here. I hope you don't mind. It's just part of my life. I have my own pets and I enjoy animals. You'll hear my birds in the background sometime. Probably most of the time, honestly. Although they're being very quiet right now. I can still hear them. I don't know if you guys can, but I can still hear them. They're not being as noisy as they usually are. They've got just their quiet chatter on right now. But it's fun. There we go. I'm just doing this quick. I'm not explaining or doing a tutorial. I just figured I'd work and talk and work and talk. We'll do it 4 times. By then you should probably, if you don't already know how to do it, you probably know how. If you don't want to watch this part or hear me chitter chatter, you can just fast forward if you like. Hopefully you'll stick with me so that you can see how it ends. But we'll just have some fun. I'm going to put the cover on tonight. I've got this fabric here. I thought let's finish this guy up. This gal up, and I have an idea for the cover too that I wanted to do, so we'll play with that a little bit at the end once I get this all put together. I'm not sure how it's gonna go, so I'm gonna give it a try and see what it looks like. And I think I would like to actually add some color in here. Ouch, maybe not blood color. Owie. Maybe not that color. Let's keep that color out of it. Can't pull that one through enough. Ooh. So I put this book together last night. I was gonna get online and post a video, but I was putting this book together and I just kind of went for it and started cutting pages and just putting them all together and thought, you know, I'll just do the rest with you guys. And that way we'll get to the fun part again. I think it stopped bleeding. It wasn't too bad. But I'll show you some of the pages that are in here. That's what it is. I walked into my craft room and I thought, you know, it smells like Grandma's house in here. I think it's the coffee dyed paper. It's freshly coffee dyed. And I'm smelling it very strongly right now. And that's what I make this book with. It's the coffee dyed paper. I think that's what it is. It doesn't bother me. The smell of the coffee lasts maybe a week or two, but it goes away. So it's not very strong. I like it, but I know some people don't. So if you don't like the coffee smell, tea might be a better option for dyeing. I want to look at some different color options too. I did some cabbage paper. It turned out beautiful. The purple cabbage. Oh my goodness, it's gorgeous. I want to make some more of that. Next time I go to the grocery store, I'll grab some more purple cabbage. And there's got to be some other things I want to do or that I can do. I don't know. I need to look it up. If you guys are dyeing papers, let me know what you like to use. Coffee, tea, vegetables, and what kind. It would help me because I think it's fun and I'd like to have some different colors of papers made with different things. Would be really cool. Let me put these back up so I don't have them all over my desk. You guys, I was so excited about my floor being clean recently when I was, you know, cleaning my 3-year cleaning job. And the floor was clean and organized. I was like, oh, this is amazing. And then I walked my sister through my craft room to show her something the other day. She goes, what happened to your floor? Like, well, I've been crafting again. And I made another mess. Okay, so this is one bummer that I have, guys, and I'm kind of bummed about it. I'm obviously, if it's a bummer, I'm bummed about it. I love this paper. Absolutely love this paper, but I made with this paper. So I don't know what to do about it. I can't, I mean, I have 2 more pages of this color, or this paper, but then I lose all of this. So do I want to do that, or do I just want to go ahead and use this? And I feel like I'm just going to use this. This is Tim Holtz paper. I'm going to, okay. So I didn't really, it doesn't matter which one is which, but I guess it kind of does because I need a front cover and a back cover. I guess it does matter. That's really pretty. I like this one out of those 2 for that one. This one's okay for this side. Ooh, that's a, make sure I get them right. Upside right. I do like that one. Do I like this better for the back? No. I think I kind of like the one with the white better. And then I've got this one. I think I want that one in front. I think those will be easier to work with that way. A little bit closer matching. So we'll go this way. Now, I guess we can just start gluing. I'm bummed. I don't want to lose that paper. But I don't want to lose the Tim Holtz either. I think I'm just going to go ahead and do it. It's going to look a little bit more cohesive if I just do the Tim Holtz. For sure. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. Well, if I glue this in here like this, so that it goes right to the edge of that paper, I'll only have a little bit sticking out. I think I want to back this up just a little bit. Come on, page. There we go. Do I want to do that? No, I think I'm going to just take it to the edge. Okay. Oops, wait a minute. I almost forgot one of our rules. No, wait a minute. Oh, you know what? I can't do this yet. I can't do the cover yet. Ooh, I almost messed that up big time, guys. Okay, put the cover up. Can't do that one yet. Okay, you know why? Because I have to put the fabric on the signatures first. Ooh, that was close. Almost really messed that up. Okay, so for this way, we're going to do this. We're going to go all the way to the edges here. And then we're going to stop about a finger width over. Go all the way down here. Make sure we get to the edges. Lots of plenty of glue. Then we're going to, we can put those strings in between. That won't hurt a darn thing. We're going to match these 2 corners here and here. And then we're going to press them together. So they are one good solid page. Now another thing that would be fun is to leave these as pockets really in the middle and just glue around this way, but maybe we'll do that another time. Today we're just doing it this way. Okay, so that one's done. And let's do this one. We're going to do it the same way for each one. And I use cardstock to cover each of the signatures, so they'll have some thicker paper to hold them together. And I don't mind if those strings are in there. Let's go ahead and line up this page to this page. This cover to this cover. Straight across, make sure that they're perfectly aligned. I'll have to fold this back this way and hold it there, and then bring this back over. They need to be perfectly aligned. Top, bottom, middle, all of it. All right, we're going to do the same here. Make sure you leave that finger width or you're going to have some problems. Okay, line it up. Line it up. Sorry, I know you can't see that, but I'm just going to push down because I got it all lined up. All right, now I'm going to put something heavy on it and let it rest a little bit and dry. And then we're going to move on to that next step. All right, so let's move on to the next part. All right, the next part we are going to do is put the fabric over the book, the signatures. Now, obviously this is way too big, and that's okay because we can cut it down. Well, let's see if, I don't think this will tear. Will it tear? No, I didn't think so. Okay, let's see if I can fray it. I'm not sure exactly what technique I should use to fray this. Well, that works pretty well. I do want it frayed. I just want it, I like the raw edges. It doesn't need to be crazy frayed, just, you know, just raw edge. Okay, so we can fray that. And then we're gonna need this to be down here as well. Oh, I guess I should have just cut straight across. I forgot I can't tear it. We'll just cut straight across. And this is just some fabric I found at the thrift store, guys. It's some kind of tapestry. It's beautiful. I love it, love it, love it. And I thought it belonged on this book. So I just pulled it, and here we are. Some of those threads, we'll just kind of give it a little bit of a haircut. Okay, I'll get that one off. Now, we want to glue this here. So what we want to do is we're going to be not gluing along the edge. We're going to leave another finger width here. Really? Come on. I just used it. All right. We're just going to... And then we're going to place our fabric here. We don't want this... Now, I don't think we want our fabric too thick. This might be really close to too thick, guys. I'm not sure. But we're going to try it, okay? And if I make a mistake, then you'll learn from me. But we don't want it too thick because it's going to be hard to cover with the papers if it is. Now, this is not even close to straight. don't need it any bulkier than it already is, right? Okay, so as we push down on that one, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to leave a finger width here. And that finger width is important because it gives your book the opportunity to move as it's being used, and it'll help it to lay flat. So it's really important to do that. Don't forget, that's like the trick. All right, now when we glue this down, we want to hold this. We don't want to glue it loose like this because then it's going to be wiggly wobbly. We want to push it down just a bit and pull this over. Not too tight because that's going to mess it up too. So we want it to be just enough. And you're going to have to practice with that to figure out what that means. So I didn't pull it too tight, but I did pull it taut. Taut, not tight. Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm using that word correctly, but you know, it'll relax a little when we open it up. I really do love this color, this paper too. It's not going to show, unfortunately, but that's quite all right. I'm just going to hold this down, chit chat just a little bit. Just a little bit, just a little bit. All right, once that's down and taut, see, there's going to be a little room in there, and that's good. That's what we want. See how it moves? You just want that space in there because that's going to make it be able to open up and lay flat so we can work on it. Isn't that awesome? It lays flat. I love this. Every page is beautiful. All right, so there we go. So now we need to cover our book with our cover. This is my cover. And I love that that's sticking out like that. I really do. Okay, so we're going to do the cover kind of like we did the pages, right? So we're going to take this. You know what I want to do? I want to put some tape on here. Because, oops, that's foam tape. That's not the tape I wanted. Let's go this way instead. This is going to help hold this down while I'm gluing. So I'm going to put a piece of tape on here. And I'm still sad to lose this piece, but it's for the best. It's okay. And I'm going to go all the way to the edge here too. I'm going to still put glue there. I think this will help hold it still while the glue is working. Okay. And we'll go there. And I'm even going to go here. No going back now. Okay. Somebody remind me to order some E6000. I have a pokey tool that has come unglued. And I need some more E6000 to fix it. And I remembered yesterday when I grabbed my pokey tool, but I forgot until I just grabbed this pokey tool. And I was like, hey, wait a minute. That's what I forgot to order. Come on. I got the tent I need for the event in May. I'm so excited about that. I was able to purchase that the other day. It's sitting in my living room. It's really heavy, and I'm a little bit bummed about that because that's going to be hard for me. But I didn't look at the weight. Well, the box is heavy. I'm hoping that I can take it apart and maybe the parts that I need won't be so heavy, or I can part it out, and I don't know. If I have to carry that whole thing, it's going to be hard. I'm going to need hire some muscles. I don't know how I'm going to do it. Okay. All right, here we go. And the way that I made this, it's going to be right up there against that edge of that paper. And I made the height perfect. So I want to make sure that it's lined up straight so it's not sticking out. And I think we should be able to press that, and the tape will help it stick. Oh, man. She's almost done. I really like this book. I really do. Isn't that beautiful? Stunning. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing on the back. Some tape there too. Shoot, I meant to go in more on that one. That's okay though, because I can peel that. Right, that's the inside, yes. That's the inside part of the cover. So I wanted to go in all the way to the edge on that one. That will work just fine. And then we'll do one more here. That should be good. Okay. Well, it doesn't want to come up. All right, let's try this end. Come on, Mr. Tape. There we go. There we go. Now Mr. Glue's fallen over. All right. My goal these days is to average finishing one journal a day. Now that doesn't mean I'm going to make a whole journal a day. It means I'm going to average a journal a day. So there's some of them that I am actually mass making right now. And so that will help with that. And they're refillable journals. So I'm excited to get those going. And I'll show you guys those once I get a little further along. Okay, now this one goes, I'm going to have to go this way with it and match it up this way. You guys saw one version of refillable journals that I made, but I've got another version that I made a few years ago, and I really have been wanting to make some more, and so I did. And I've got the covers going. I cut them when I was waiting for this to dry, which was kind of cool. So I've got the covers started. They're all masterboard. They're all going to be made out of masterboards and coffee dyed paper, and I'm super excited about that. So we're going to let this dry a bit, again with a heavy weight on top, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to look at the front, see if there's anything else we want to add, and finish her up. Be right back. All right, my friends, I forgot about one other thing that I wanted to do on the inside of this, because these are so white, they're so bright. I want to go ahead and use some vintage photo and just kind of touch them with that. Just lightly ink the insides of these. Just adding some color in there. And that goes for all these Tim Holtz pictures, papers. So all of our little sections, our signature sections, basically. You don't have to do this. It's going to depend on your paper and what you want it to look like. Maybe you used a bright color pattern and maybe you want it to be that. That's okay. I'm going to just kind of add a little color to these because, you know, it knocks it back and makes it look like the rest of the papers. A little slightly more vintage. We all know Tim's papers are beautiful, but sometimes they're a little bright still. This one I did not cut perfectly, so I'm going to go ahead and trim that back. Or I didn't line them up perfectly, I mean. Thought I did. Must have slid. That's okay. That is all right. We can fix it. Nothing little scissors can't hurt or can't help. All right, there we go. This one doesn't have any white spots on it, so I'm not worried about that one. This one, oh my gosh, this one slid too. All right. Just trim it back. We're supposed to make sure they're perfect, but I apparently missed the mark. Good thing it's a junk journal and not a perfection journal. There we go. So these papers are the only ones with color in this whole book. That's why I'm kind of knocking them back a little bit. There's not really any color in here at all. Now I probably will end up clipping some photos in here, maybe a couple postcards, but I'm not going to be doing much decorating this one. It's because it's mostly fragile papers and copy papers. I'm not going to have really strong papers to glue to or to add pockets to or anything like that. This is going to be pretty much a writing journal. So I want to make sure that I don't add too much into it. Right, and there we go. Last page. This is the back cover here. Wow, I really love this. Okay. Oh, that's not the lid. That's another ink pad. Where'd the lid go? There it is. All right, let me briefly show you how this journal goes, guys. So here in the front, well, I'm going to have to glue that back because I didn't go to the edges and let it stay long enough, so I have to go glue that back. But let me show you some of these pages in here. I think you'll love it as much as I do. Like I said, they're all vintage papers and or coffee dyed papers. They're all something special. I think I'm going to add some, oh, I did put these in there. I forgot about those. I think I'm going to add some stenciling too. But I'm going to do that at a different time. And probably just a little bit because there's a lot of lacy coffee dyed papers in here. So I won't need to do too much. I might add some neutral washi tapes here and there. So each section has one of these. It's a full envelope, but it's sewn in the middle. So it'll show as one on each side. I can put some pieces of ephemera in there, maybe some little sentiments or something, stickers, stuff like that. Maybe clip something onto it. Some photos maybe. That'd be cute too. So I love those Tim Holtz papers in there. They add just enough color, I think. All right, so I don't want to do a full flip through because that'll take forever, and I'm going to do it again later anyway, after I completely finish it. But you can get the idea of what's going on in here. There's a lot of pages, aren't there? Some patterns. Lots of gorgeousness in here. Look at that. A couple of these flip out like that. Okay, some dolls. I just put a lot of fun things in there, some art. So I'm hoping that somebody will love it. I think I'm going to leave the front the way it is. I was thinking about making some kind of paper or something in here, like book page. I don't know. I'm going to play with a little bit. I might change my mind. I might change the front. but I need to glue this anyway, and I need to think about it a little bit more and play with some different papers and see if that's really something I want to do, because I do love it the way it is. But anyways, for now, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I know it was quick. I know it was simple. I know this one is going to have, I got to find the fabric that's going to go on it, but this is going to be attached to the bow that's going to tie this shut. Because it's a gorgeous piece. I feel like it really belongs here. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a fantastic day, do some crafting, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.